This course will focus on installation, configuration, and management of Microsoft Hyper-V with System Center Virtual Machine Manager 2025. This course has been divided into three learning paths. The first learning path is about SCVMM installation and host management, where we will discuss the fundamentals of the Hyper-V, its architecture, and the integration with System Center Virtual Machine Manager. The module 2 is about adding the Hyper-V hosts to the SCVMM. Module 3 is about understanding the SCVMM job systems and the permission assignment in large teams. The second learning path will be about network and storage configuration in SCVMM. How do we set up the overlay networks like logical networks and the virtual machine networks on top of a physical network? Configuring the storage that includes adding the SAN based or the file based storages to SCVMM and assigning this storage to the clusters or Hyper-V hosts. Performance optimization and resource balancing will be the final topic in this second learning path, where we will discuss how we can do the dynamic optimization to distribute the load across the different hosts inside a cluster. The final learning path is about virtual machine libraries or the virtual machine deployments, where we will see how we add the library servers and shares to the SCVMM to store the virtual machine templates for rapid deployment of the VMs, or the service templates to deploy the full-fledged service or application tiers, how we use the hardware profile, operating system profiles, or different configuration profiles, and utilize them for the bulk deployments of the virtual machines. Module 2 is deployment of these virtual machines in a cluster or in a standalone environment or inside a cloud. Module 3 will be about managing virtual machines and services using SCVMM. Talking about the architecture of the hypervisor, on the left you see that there is physical hardware layer which represents to the physical servers that have the physical CPU, RAM, network interface cards, or the storage allocated to them. The Microsoft's hypervisor is placed on top of this hardware. This is a type 1 hypervisor, which means that it does not require an operating system because it comes with its own operating system kernel. That is why these type 1 hypervisors are also referred as bare metal hypervisors or embedded. They can be deployed on top of the hardware directly. It is the same product as we have VMware's ESXi or Citrix Zen, or there are many open hypervisors in the market. On top of this hypervisor, there are partitions for virtual machines. We use child partitions. There is a parent partition where the host operating system is located. Each virtual machine runs in its own guest partition or child partition. It has its own guest operating system as well. These virtual machines running on top of the hypervisor are abstracted from each other. They are isolated like they are two physical machines or two different machines, and they cannot communicate with each other until they are put into a network. We need to set up the virtual machine network interfaces or the switches to connect them together. The parent partition contains the management operating systems or the host operating system for the management of this server. We can use basic tools like Hyper-V Manager, PowerShell, or Admin Center to manage these standalone Hyper-V servers. But when it comes to manage multiple servers and in a centralized manner, then we use the product called System Center Virtual Machine Manager. This is same as we have vCenter in VMware. The SCVMM server deploys the agents on these Hyper-V servers, and then it acts as a command center. It wraps the PowerShell commands and sends those commands along with the configuration to these Hyper-V hosts and the network. The SCVMM server uses a database to store the configuration of these Hyper-V hosts, virtual machines, or network or storage fabric. The SCVMM servers are managed through SCVMM consoles. The SCVMM manages three important fabrics that are for the hardware virtualization. Those are the Hyper-V hosts, the network, the overlay network that we set up. So that is a logical network that let you deploy the VM networks. This logical network is actually the logical representation of your physical network and acts as a foundation for the VM networks sitting on top of it. We also use the storage fabric to manage and assign this storage to the Hyper-V hosts in a centralized manner using the SCVMM. We will explore all these three fabrics in detail in this course. We have VMM library servers where we keep the resources for the rapid deployment of the virtual machines or the services. We create the high availability clusters, virtual networks for connecting the virtual machines. These virtual networks basically provide the interface to your virtual machines. Host group management is used to manage multiple hosts or Hyper-V hosts in your data center. The deployment of the configuration becomes handy with the help of these host groups. Talking about the deployment of the Hyper-V on a server, in this demo, we will look at how we install the Hyper-V role using different management tools, be it a full desktop version or a server core system you are using. You will understand how do we check the prerequisites and how do we initiate the deployment of the Hyper-V role. Before we start the deployment of Hyper-V on this server Seattle host 3, let's validate some configuration of this server. The server is part of the domain. I have joined it to contoso.com. It is using a static IP address as you see 192.168.0.21. I will use PowerShell to check that whether the Hyper-V can be enabled on this server or not. Well, if I do system info, I can check that a hypervisor has been detected, which means that a nested virtualization is being enabled on this server. And the virtualization based security is not configured, app control for business policies enforced. Certain settings are there that we can have a look at before we initiate the deployment. We also can use the MS Info 32, the another tool that can fetch the configuration of this system, which can show you the configuration of this server. And again, if you go at the bottom in the system summary, you see that virtualization based security is not enabled and a hypervisor has been detected. We will now deploy the Hyper-V role. For that, we can go to the dashboard. From dashboard, we can go to add roles and features, select next, select the server, click next. There is the role which is called Hyper-V. You can check this box and install the Hyper-V from here. Whereas we have many command line tools as well. If you are using a server core system where you do not have a full desktop version of the operating system to do it graphically, then you can use various commands over there. The DISM is one of the module that we can use to deploy it on server core. Because this server is a full desktop version, I'm showing you first the commands from server manager module. Like we have commands get windows feature to do the inventory. We can use add windows feature, which is an alias of install windows feature command, and using this command we can install the Hyper-V using PowerShell. Because this server is a full desktop server, I can use server manager. But suppose if this server was a server core or a nano server, then I will have to rely on other tools. One of them is DISM, Deployment Image and Servicing Management tool, that we can use to service online or offline images. Well, you see that there was a role called Hyper-V which was not installed, that I found by using get Windows feature. Now I show you this DISM module. I do get command from this module DISM, where you see a set of commands that are there to service your online systems or offline images. I will look for the commands with the noun feature, and there is a command you see is enable Windows optional feature, which belongs to this module DISM. So if your system is server core, you can use this command get Windows optional feature first of all to know whether the feature is already enabled or not. There is a list of roles and features where it is difficult to find that particular feature we're looking for. So I have used this where command to filter by the feature name property using like operator for Hyper-V. I've used the wildcard before and after hyper. I do not care anything before H or after R. And here I can see that Microsoft Hyper-V state is disabled, and if I want to enable it on the server, then I can use the command enable Windows optional feature that belongs to this DISM module. By using this enable Windows optional command, I will use online because I will service this server while it is online. If I don't use online switch, then it means I will service an image in an offline manner. The feature name I have provided as Microsoft Hyper-V. I have selected for all sub features. In case the role has multiple sub features, you can choose this switch parameter there. You can also use -no restart in case you do not want to restart your server immediately, whether you are planning to restart it later or not at present. So you can use that -no restart. Actually, after the Hyper-V installation, a restart is a must, because at this restart it will shift the management operating system into the parent partition. System is restarted. Now you see on the left Hyper-V is enabled. You can see that role on this Seattle host 3 machine. If you go to Hyper-V, you will see that this is the server Seattle host 3 where this role is running. This is the list of events or the services. This system has this service called Hyper-V Virtual Machine Management, VMMS. And now we can also have a look by going to the roles and features that whether this Hyper-V is installed or not. If you want the management tool to manage this Hyper-V server locally, then you can deploy the remote server administration tool RSET, which is role based and for Hyper-V. That will provide you the Hyper-V manager and as well as the PowerShell commands. So you see this Hyper-V management tool is installed where I have this Hyper-V manager. Usually we manage these servers through a centralized command center, that is SCVMM. Our next step will be to set up and configure the SCVMM and add these Hyper-V servers to manage them from one central location. Whereas we also have the option, we can connect to other Hyper-V servers from this single management tool and keep managing our multiple servers. So we can connect to these all Hyper-V hosts in this trusted network. In this domain we have, with these credentials I have access to all these 3 Hyper-V servers, host 1, host 2 and host 3, and I can manage all 3 from here. If any host has a virtual machine, that will also be displayed there. I can go to virtual switch manager, I can create the new one, I can see the existing one that have been deployed by the SCVMM on the other hosts. Well, this is how we install the Hyper-V on the Windows servers in full desktop or in a command line manner for server core operating systems. Our next step will be to set up the SCVMM.